Hi everyone, welcome to part 2 of ServiceNow Tokyo upgrade video series. In this video, we'll talk about browser support. So we see here, these are all the supported browsers. UI 11 is no longer supported. All instances have been upgraded to UI 16. New Tokyo instances have Next Experience UI. So this is Next Experience UI. If you see here, in the URL, you can observe that it has slash now slash nav slash UI classic params target all that. So if you see that, that means it is Next Experience UI. And uh, there is different tabs here like admin tab, workspaces, history, favorites, all. I mean, you can see that this has become more richer compared to what we have seen in San Diego. San Diego is where this Next Experience UI is launched, but they have made it more richer and cleaner in terms of how it looks. And even the way this the window and this menu comes up also is very, very smooth, as you can see. And also the way this this outline displays is also very good. Right? You have an option to pin it as well if you want. uh, so yeah, it's a great feature because when you ever so this pinning feature will give you the same experience as how it was before, and also you can pin like one of them. uh, so yeah, I like this one. So depending on the persona, you can pin the corresponding menu, right? And you can unpin all of them also if you want. In terms of the browser support for each UI version, you can see that there is browser, Next Experience, Workspace, and UI 16. So Workspace is something which is available for most of the applications. There's a tab for Workspaces if you see. There's so many of them. For example, if you're looking at let's see, like look for let's look for vendor management. So you can see that it has a workspace for itself, and similarly, many of the applications have their own workspaces. Like if I remove this agent workspaces, there it's called base agent workspace now. Previously, it was agent workspace, and then you have asset executive workspace, compliance workspace, and any other custom workspaces you have configured. All of them will be available here. And then UI 16, the platform UI. So that is also mentioned here. So depending on which UI you are using, the browser support is mentioned here. And we'll keep going. So yeah, all of this basically. So this is where you can look for all this information. Next, we'll look at list of plugins which are part of Tokyo and whether they are how they are activated. So we see here. Yeah. So these are all the list of plugins. Right? There's a big list, but I'm just showing you so that you know what it is and how to look for this information. So when you look at the plugin list, you will see that how do you activate a plugin, how to request a plugin, install a ServiceNow store app. A lot of like ServiceNow apps are now available directly on store versus coming as plugins. So that this applies to those. And then there are some extensions on top of the like the plugins which or apps which are available from store. You can install it from here. And then changes to plugins in Tokyo release. So this information is all available here. And there are quite a lot of them, but basically these are all the various plugins. And you can see here which ones are active and which ones are not, so that you know that when you're actually installing it, you know which one is not active, and which ones have demo data or not is also available here. Next, we'll do a deep dive on each of these as we discussed in the previous video. So we'll first look at what needs to be reviewed here. It opens a table called sys upgrade history log, sys underscore upgrade underscore history underscore log, and then you have various priorities available here. You can group by priority. It shows similar counts as you have seen here. Now P2 456. Let's try to see what those are. And you can also try to group by on the type to get a faster understanding of, quicker understanding of what each of these upgrade types are, skipped update types are. For example, a lot of them are ACLs, which are changed. And then next is list control is one that has changed. So let's look at one example. Uh, so if you see here, the change type code is unchanged is what it says. So let's look at this one. So what happened here? So this is sys security SEL and type is access control, plugin is this, table is this. The actual target table is import underscore log. So let's do a resolve conflicts to see what is the reason why it is skipped. So there are no differences found. So for some reason, uh, there are no differences, but it has skipped it. So we just have to go to the right application scope and accept it so that it will get upgraded. So let me quickly elevate my role because it's ACL. Okay, so now I have required roles. So I'm going to elevate my role and I'll go back to that skipped record again and resolve conflicts this time. So there are no differences found. Either I can save, merge, or revert to base system. So because there are no differences found, I can save, merge, and or you can also revert to base system. So you can do that as well. And now this goes off in the list. But a lot of them are like that in this category, which is surprising because I'm not sure why so many ACLs are coming up. But let's try any other table. Let me group by on the. Let me drill down here and then group by on the target to see what is this target name. On incident. Let me try this. Resolve conflicts. Okay, again, no difference found. Yeah, so here for some reason operation is coming up as SysID and then this is coming up as this one here. Let's open the record and see what it means. So, and it appears that that is the case for all of the records which are skipped. So I'll do show XML and see what is the operation. So it says report underscore view and then there is a SysID. And if I go to the skipped update, so if I go back to the upgrade details, I click on resolve conflict, I will search for the SysID. So I don't see that SysID. It's same thing. Yeah, I think it's same thing. Same SysID. For some reason it doesn't come up, but yeah. Okay. So basically, yeah, it is somehow not showing the operation as report underscore view because it's a reference field, so it is just showing the society, which makes sense. But apart from that, I don't see any other differences between these two. So I can save merge as well, and then yeah. So now let me look at this. So this is now updated. But here we can see that if I go back here, the disposition, the resolution will say reviewed and merged. That's what will happen. So it will still remain as skipped. The disposition will say reviewed and merged. And in the previous one, we should see reviewed and reverted. So I'm going to group by on this. And remove that. So group by. So I did two things. One of them I reverted. The other one I have retained, review and merged. So that should also appear here. Let's put the society. And remove all of these. Run. So this one still says skipped, but it says review and merged. So yeah. Again, so depending on what is the like when you do the compare resolve conflicts, you can check and then take the necessary action. So that is about all these. Go back here. Let me see if I can do a bulk update on this one. Update all. And but you need to actually take action, so you cannot do that like that. But let me see if there's any list option to make this faster. So there are two options: revert copy to base system, revert to base system. You don't want to revert it, right? I wonder what is the difference though, like revert copy to base system and revert to base system. Okay. So let's see this. So we're trying to determine what is difference between revert copy to base system and revert back to base system. Okay, not this one. So let's look at the UI actions to see what is the difference. So the two of them, revert copy to base system, revert to base system. So this one is not available in form action, but this one is. So what does it do? Base upgrade log.api revert to base current.sysid. Revert update version ajax revert to base system current.sysid. I wonder what this API is. Definition. Because revert to base system is something we know, right? We have been using it in the past versions of ServiceNow as well. For this one, I'm checking where it has get launched. Uh, so it's a client callable script include is what it says. Yeah. Okay, so I'm still trying to figure this out. But okay, so I'm not able to find a documentation on this, nor yeah, I'm not able to find you know in the developer uh, site also. So I'll explore more. I'll maybe post a video on this specifically. But there is a difference between these two. One is revert copy to base system, and then there is revert to base system. So both apply on the same table, but they are doing different things. Right? Okay. So in my case, all of them are code unchanged. I'm just going to revert to base system. All of these. Yeah. So I want to just revert all this to base system. So I'll continue doing it for all of them. There are like I think 454 of them. So I'm just going to keep trying 4 times. Maybe 5 because yeah. But we generally don't do it in a client setup because you want to carefully review and then make the decision. But yeah, because we know that the code is unchanged and we understood that it's the role which is doing it. So yeah, just reverting it. Yeah. So let's go back to the upgrade center again and then upgrades. And yeah. So this is the preview page we wanted. We want to go to upgrade monitor. Right. Here. And now we should see that the skipped update should get updated. And so still 66 for review and so on, but basically we took action on whatever we needed to action. We'll look at the skipped records by product and other stuff as well. We'll continue doing it in the subsequent videos. Yeah, this is the scope of this video. Thank you for watching. This is Anil.